Hi, it's a tiny one slash Bishi. And say this. See if I'll do it. Yeah. This is why I cannot be recording on my phone and why I'm recording on this instead. So I went to see it earlier today. Let me check the time. Yeah, earlier today. Okay, let's try this again. So I went to go see it today at the movies with a friend, and I loved it so much. Uh, I feel like it stuck the feel and the vibe of it stuck true to the original movie, which I really liked. And the problem I have with a lot of the modern horror movies is that they put too much blood and too much gore into the movie, and it takes away from the horror aspect. I like more the movies that have the suspense, and they have I mean, of course, they're gonna have jump scares. That's like with any horror movie, but you gotta have the suspense factor in there for me to enjoy a movie, which is why I like a lot of classic movies and I like a lot of the Korean horror movies. But it was perfect. It had the um, it had jump scares. It had which I mean I'm gonna jump on my seat anyways at a jump scare because of my past, and so loud noises it's like ugh. But I did enjoy the movie, and um, it brought me back to that time when it was like, the time of innocence and, you know, these, it was a lot like Stand By Me in some ways, with the kids banding together and then having to overcome this thing that they have to overcome. I'm glad that there was some aspects that they kind of like modernized up um, that weren't part of like when the original movie was like the fat kid actually was smart. Um, the the black person was not the token black kid. He was actually he had smarts, and he's like, I'm gonna carry the machinery. I'm gonna hold my own. That type of thing. I'm not gonna be the first. They didn't kill the token characters, which is why I liked. Um, the other thing I don't like in a lot of these horror movies, even the classic horror movies, are sorry, this is a bit heavy on this side, so I keep like tilting my head. What a lot of horror movies are guilty of is they just throw in a sex scene that's like it's not even relevant to the movie. It's just like, oh, let's point out who's gonna get killed first. That's that's all it really does for me. Um, it's ridiculous. And yes, there were a couple kiss scenes, but they were like, it was brief and it was cute and it was perfectly timed and it wasn't overdone, nothing like that. Again, it was, yeah, there was some gore, yeah, there was some blood, but it wasn't over the top done like a lot of the modern horror movies have. There was oh, what's going to happen next type thing. It kept you guessing. There was some like aspects again of the original, like with um, the bathroom scene with the sink, and of course, Georgie in the beginning. Um, I really liked the new Beverly. She was, strong, independent. Um, I was nervous with the scene that they had with her and her dad, but they actually made that scene really good, and I like the outcome of that scene. If you're kind of squeamish when it comes to like animal abuse or something like that, there is like I think one or two scenes with sheep that's kind of get you. I was okay with it. Um, there's a scene with a cat that luckily it doesn't turn out the way you hope, which I was so rooting for because cat did not deserve to be hurt. Um, what's funny though is some scenes were like Walking Dead-esque because it had like a zombie type feel to it, which I kind of liked in a way, but then another way I'm looking for Rick and Carol and Daryl, to come like rushing onto the scene, or you see an arrow fly or something like that. Daryl riding in on his motorcycle, just something like that. Um, oh God, what else? There was also one scene. Well, for me personally, because I'm Black Butler trash. It was reminiscent of season 2 with Hannah when she, for some reason, she wants to reveal that she has CL's eye, and so she like opens her mouth super big, and like you see all the way down into her throat, and there was a scene that reminded me of that so much. Oh God, what else? I do like the scenes with Pennywise. The only issue is, and it's a nitpick, it's a cosplayer nitpick, because I've had to deal with the white makeup before, and when you had the makeup up here, it's like, I don't know if it was intentional or not. I don't know if he was just working so much on the makeup that started doing it there, because I know it's done to me before, it's done to the Junk Boy before, but it looked like it was flaking off. The white paint was flaking off up here. Um, and like I said, I don't know if it was intentional, um, or if it was not intentional and they just left it like that. But when I've done Jeff the Killer before, I've had the little flaking, especially around the forehead, and then like around the areas that move a lot, like the mouth and the cheeks. And I don't know if she was like this with the forehead, and that's why it was flaking off right there, or it looked like it was flaking off. That's one only nitpick. I do like the new Pennywise. He was awesome. He was perfect for the role. The only issue is I want a red balloon now. I don't remember if they used red originally, but now it's like with all the red balloons, it's like, I want one. I want a red balloon. um, but yeah, some of the special effects were like humorous. I know they're not supposed to be humorous, but they were humorous. Um, like there's a headless boy in one scene, and he's just like, and it was more comical um than serious. I mean, it was a serious moment, serious music's playing, and there's this just headless boy. I couldn't help but laugh. I That's the type I am. I kind of laugh at some of the serious things because there's a comical aspect to it that I can see. Um, but no, the Pennywise makeup was perfect. His whole attitude, his demeanor, his smile, it was just on point. His voice, because sometimes you get these movies and you get these remakes, and that's where the hair is, and it's like that doesn't fit the character. That voice, where's it coming from? And sometimes you get used to it, and other times you're like, you know. But no, of course, I'm trying not to give too much away, but I do like the characters that they have. I do like the story. For a remake, it's a good remake, and yeah, I don't have the original It. I do want to find a copy of it, um, and an an inexpensive copy of it. But then when this remake comes out on Blu-ray, I want to get a copy of it too, because or I might just wait and see if maybe they release it in like a 2-pack or something like that, because I know they do that nowadays, and that'll be perfect. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend seeing this movie. Unless you're afraid of clowns, then don't see it. Highly do not recommend if you are afraid of clowns. I know the Junk Boy is, so I'm not going to be recommending this at all to him. But I loved it so much, and I want to see. Like, I was kind of debating with my friend I went with. Um, I'm like, I was debating asking him, should we just wait until the next showing and then sneak in and see it again, or what? But our tummies were kind of growling, so okay. So we went to get food, and it was just a good experience. It's a lot better experience if you see it with a fellow horror buff. Don't go see it with someone who you know is going to be afraid, because it just ruins the atmosphere of the movie, and it ruins the whole mood. I mean, there are plenty of other movies you can see with them if they're not in a horror. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Uh, I know I kind of like rambled all around, but no, this is a really good movie, and like I said, I highly recommend it. I want to go see it again already. Fun to go see it again, but I do want to see it again. Possibly next month before it releases out of the theaters. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Stay safe, stay happy. This was my review. Try not to spoiler. Excuse me. Try not to spoiler it, the remake. And I will talk to you all later. Bye. Oh my god, 12 minutes.